Hello everyone, it's been a week since my last video, so I decided to make another quick little update. I haven't done a whole lot of work in the past week, but I did yesterday acquire some more content to talk about, so that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. In fact, today is Sunday, and yesterday was Saturday, which is when I got all my PCs here. But between then and the last time I made the video, which was about 6 days or so, I hadn't done anything. This computer was sitting on this table doing nothing because it didn't have a code of activation for Windows XP Media Center for it. It's just one with the red lights in the front and the Athlon X2 and stuff. Because I got a new phone, and the way I keep COAs is by taking pictures of them with my phone, and all the pictures for the COAs were on my old phone. So I just forgot my old phone. I forgot to grab it and activate Windows in this one, but I have it now. And I'm going to activate Windows on this one and finish setting it up after I finish with these guys. But, firstly what I got here, well, I just gotta continue with this. Come on. No, it's F8. You're right. Okay. This is a Dell Dimension 8200. It had all the parts and stuff in it except for a hard drive. It's in okay condition except for all these scratches right here and everything. But, it had 4 256 meg chips of RDRAM 400 MHz ECC memory. 2 of them are right here. Downgraded that to 512 megs. It had this video card in it. I put a like a 32 meg or something, like MX440 or something in it, or 420 or something instead of this one. So it looks pretty good. And this is one of the ones that had a 1.8 GHz Pentium 4, as is standard for most of these, but I put a 2.8 GHz Pentium 4 in it. Had a CT478 sound card in it, Sound Blaster Live, but instead I put an SP0200 because I'm going to sell my CT478s. Put a USB card in it, hard head Ethernet card. I already had all that stuff in it, so I'm just setting up Windows on it. And yeah, I'm loading up Windows XP Servers Pack 3 so I can go to Windows Update and download some drivers because I need drivers for that SP0200 sound card. I don't know if I have any on my flash drive or not, but that's not really too interesting, so I'll move on. We have the Dell Dimension 2400, and oddly enough, inside this case, a bunch of spare parts are bouncing around, including this heatsink, well, not heatsink fan for Dell Dimensions. I already had one installed, but it had a second one bouncing around it for no reason, so I took that. And oddly enough, there was a hard drive bracket for one of these E-machines right here, and the significance in that is that I had one of these E-machines, well, a similar model to this one and that one I'll show you in a second, sitting here for probably 6 months or a year. I needed a hard drive bracket for it. It was all set up, had the hard drive and everything. I just needed a bracket to mount the hard drive. And it just so happened that I found, bouncing around in this case for no reason, a hard drive bracket for that very machine. So I went ahead and popped the bracket in there, and it's the E-Machine's T3302, and installed some more updates, and it's all ready to go. So that was kind of a bit of luck. In fact, about 6 months ago I bought a hard drive bracket for it, but I accidentally bought the wrong type of bracket and wasted $10. It was for a T100 series instead of T3000, or it was for a T1000 series instead of a T3000, so that was a mistake. I finished setting up the Dell Dimension 8200 today for last week. I just had to install some updates for it. That's what I did yesterday. Because in between my last video, which I think was last Saturday, and yesterday, which was Saturday, I had barely done anything. So, yeah, because I just took the ACTs yesterday for one thing, and I'm glad those are over. But no, I have finals for my junior year of high school next week, so yeah, I have a lot of other stuff to do. So I haven't been spending a lot of time on this stuff, but this Dell has it didn't have a CPU or a heatsink in it, so I put 2.4 GHz Pentium 4 in it, and a heatsink obviously, and a 512 meg chip of DR333 MHz RAM, 40 gig hard drive, 5400 RPM Seagate. There's a jammed CD rewritable drive, at least, yeah, it's CD rewritable, so I'm going to replace that. I'm just using it temporarily to load the operating system on it. And it even has a case side and everything to it, so I'm going to go ahead and just finish setting up. I might not finish setting it up today, but I will eventually. So yeah, Also got this other 8200 over here. Here are the drives for what they were separate for some reason. I don't know if they're jammed or not, but yeah. I think it's pretty much the same thing. I don't think it has as much memory in it. Damn it, that wasn't good. Yeah, it's only got 2 chips in memory. Let me see. Yeah, 256 meg chips of non-ECC. Same video card. I think it's a CT4780, is it? Yeah, it's CT4780. Ooh, nice USB 1394 card. No hard drive, so I'm gonna go ahead and set this up too. I'm assuming it works, but I don't know yet. So yeah. Also got this gateway. It's one of the older ones. The naming for these things is very odd. They call it an MFAT XSTL ELP 500S from December 2001. Now it might be about 11.5 years old, but it's still not too bad. But if you search the model number on eBay, you're going to come up with barely anything. If you search 500S, you're going to come up with a bunch of machines that barely even have the same specs. But I haven't tested it out yet. I haven't looked at the CPU yet, but I think it has a probably 1.6 to 1.7 gigahertz Pentium 4, maybe even 1.8. I don't know. 2 T56 megabyte chips of Sync 133 megahertz memory, 20 gig hard drive. Nothing super special. Simple looking video card, probably 16, 32 megabyte. The case siding was still on it, but this thing was really dusty inside. And I have so much experience with working with computers. I also have a lot of experience with dust. Sounds silly, but I've been able to kind of differentiate different types of dust from one another because I've spent so much time dusting these things out. This thing had very, very loose surface dust in it with a high volume, but it was easily taken out, so no big deal. I'm probably going to get this working. I don't know why. I'm probably going to set it up anyway, though, because, you know, it's probably worth more to sell than it is in scrap, even though I have a lot of machines to sell. And last week I sold a bunch of desktops on eBay, but I haven't listed any for 4 or 5 days, so hopefully today, after I do all my homework and everything, I'll go ahead and have my brother help me with listing a bunch more of them, so that'll be good. So yeah, that is that. And I also got two Dells, but, or not 2 Dells, but 2 older machines, but they're not here because since I made 2 trips to the recycling center, I went there, got 2 ones to scrapped them, and threw the cases back out later that same day. But there are 3 old laptops here. Satellite Pro 410 CDT. Dang, that's old. Pentium 1. Haven't looked at any of these yet. Pretty much the same thing right under here. How do I open it? Yeah, forget it. No big deal. And a really old Dell. Also the Pentium 1. Great. Yeah, I scrapped this computer. It's one of those was an old Dell Dimension from probably like 1998 or so. One of those old white Dells, the slot Pentium 3 and stuff in it. I've mentioned this before, but I'm collecting a bunch of CPUs of MMX technology. I have quite a few of them there, as you can see. But I've heard they're worth more than scrap value for some reason, so I haven't decided what to do with them yet, but I might do something with them someday. I don't know. Maybe they're worth nothing, maybe I'll chuck them, but I've heard that the MMX had something special about it, or something that makes them worth something more. But again, I don't know if that's actually true or not. What else? Oh, right, this case. This case is super fancy. It has a nice glossy finish on it. Doesn't even have like any scratches in it. It opens up. Looks like it's never been used, in fact. I think these are LEDs up here and right there. In fact, I'm being careful with this thing because I don't want to scratch. There's a nice side window in there. We can pop some fans in here, put some covers over them and stuff. It's a pretty nice case, though. Definitely a pretty nice case, so I might use this thing for something. So yeah. I think that's going to be pretty much it for this video. Don't really have anything more to say. But yeah, that'll be it for now, I guess. I don't know why, but my camera stopped recording for no reason. And, oh, by the way, I mentioned a couple weeks ago, or a week ago or so, I can't remember, that a camcorder I had was broken by an improper charger, but I tested it with a friend's charger, and ends up the camcorder works fine. So I'm going to buy a new charger, a new battery for it, and I'll be using that camera soon instead of this digital camera using to record. It only gets 24 FPS, so that'll be an improvement. But I was about to mention that just some minor little things. I was going to sell a Dell Dimension 3000 last week. My brother was helping me list it. He was going to test it out for me, but he noticed it had some problems. It wasn't starting up at all, so I'm going to have to troubleshoot this thing. It's just a 3000, it's a 2.8 Pentium 4 and stuff in it. Also, I already mentioned that 9100 over there that had problems. I haven't even looked at it yet. Got it sent back from a seller, or buyer rather. But yeah, I still got a lot of stuff to do out here. There's a lot of cleaning up to do. I wish it were summertime. I wish I didn't have a full-time job to work or any finals to worry about in school or anything, but I do, so finding time is difficult for me because I have so many other things to do, but that's not really relevant. Ooh, forgot to mention, also got some little tiny monitor here. It's all dusty, but it doesn't look like as if it has a whole lot of scratches in it. I don't know if it works or not yet. If it does, I'll keep it. If it doesn't, I'll throw it out, obviously. But, yeah, it's not too big, but, you know, it's better than nothing. I'd be able to sell it to whoever wants it or use it. I don't know. So, yeah. Again, it's a mess. I mean, everything in here has a proper place to go. Like, all these motherboards and power supplies and CPUs and drives and everything have a place to go, just I'm not utilizing their organizational system. So if I were to spend a good chunk of time out here cleaning up, I could make it pretty nice out here. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and see you later.